Is the original Seoul Subway Song still true or false? I'm looking at the lyrics of the original Seoul Subway Song, which I made now over 14 years ago. I'm looking specifically at the lyrics to see whether they hold up or what's changed since then. So let's go.
I've been all around the world, ridden many a subway train.
False. I haven't been to that many countries, and I definitely haven't been on that many subway trains or subway systems. Yes, this is just flagrant bias on my part. I'm sorry.
But only one so near perfect, I can hardly complain.
True. Still relatively near perfect, and I hardly complain.
It's not in New York or London or Tokyo, hardly miss them. It's the Seoul Metropolitan Subway System.
True. God, the New York subway system, not good.
It's so simple for people who hop in from overseas with train announcements in English, Japanese, and Chinese.
True. At least when you are approaching a transfer station, I believe the announcements are made in English, Japanese, and Chinese. This is not true for every single station. I think non-transfer stations are just in Korean and English.
Swipe your card here, for instance.
False. You don't swipe your card, you tap your card. I don't know why I've been so attached to the word swipe, but it is not technically true. You're not swiping it, you're tapping it. That's tapping going on.
Then you pay by the distance.
True and still true.
You get some resistance, you can ask for assistance.
True. There are still those information booths. There are usually employees there, but if they're not, there is always somebody working in the station office. You can just, knock on the door and find somebody to help.
Got your handles, got your dangles, got your elderly seats.
True. There are still handles and dangles and elderly seats. I think at the time of making this video, there might not have been seats for pregnant people. Right next to where I'm standing would be the pink seat for a pregnant person.
There's a place for your baggage and a place for your feet.
True. It's weird that I feature Korail so prominently here, since I made the newest subway song with Seoul Metro, which is not Korail. This jingle is still being used by Korail, but if they want to change up their jingle, contact me. I like doing subway songs.
Gaps or problems no more because of sliding screen doors and illuminated boards informing moments before you board.
True and true. As of now, I believe every station in the Seoul city limits has the screen doors. A lot of them outside of Seoul have screen doors, not all of them. Those electronic monitors, there are variations also depending on the line. Like I think the line 5 and 6 monitors look a little different. But yeah, it shows when the trains are coming.
Rush hour is crush hour because they pack it in tight.
True. If you'll notice in Seoul Subway Song 2, I do not have crowded scenes because I didn't want to film people without their permission. Sorry for all the people in this video except for this guy, Kai, who's my friend, who played the drunk guy in this video on the line 2 scene, and is the drunk guy in the opening of the Seoul Subway Song 2.
Train starts up at 5 a.m. and service cuts off at midnight.
Mostly true. I'm not sure if it's exactly 5 until midnight. It may be 5:30 to 11:30 or 5:30 to 12:30. It's not 24 hours, sorry.
And the answer when you transfer and don't want to get it wrong is to wait for the song. Here it comes.
False. That is not a song. That is an instrumental jingle. A song is sung. Now you can also say something that is rapped is a rap song. In that case, the Seoul Subway Song, the song, jingle that it's based on, is not a song. That's a jingle. Sorry, being a little technical here, but I was wrong and I lied to you.
Line 1 was first, so it's a bit old and slow. But hey, it goes out to Incheon, Suwon, and Gyeonggi-do.
True, but poorly stated. It does go to Incheon, it does go to Suwon, but Suwon is in Gyeonggi-do. This is like saying this train goes to Manhattan and New York. What I was trying to say there is that this goes north to Gyeonggi-do, but south is also Gyeonggi-do. Gyeonggi-do is just outside of Seoul except for Incheon, which is its own city, which is not Gyeonggi-do.
Like choose a circular path, the world's largest on track, so you can get drunk and pass out and still make it back.
False. Well, half true. It is not the world's longest on track anymore. You can get drunk and go around, still make it back. Probably won't make it back on time. Probably wake up at the completely wrong station and have to wait another 40 minutes or so.
Line 3 can take you to Ilsan, Insadong, Apgujeong, and more.
True, and those might still be some of the biggest places on Line 3. There's the entire Jongno, Uljiro, like Cheonggyecheon area. Line 3 was very convenient and still is very convenient. Well, now Line 4 is my favorite line because it comes to Anyang Pyeongchong, so I ride it all the time when I have to go to Seoul.
Line 5 covers such a distance that seems to become crowned the planet's longest rail line entirely underground. ground.
False. I think China has overtaken that record. I think it was true at the time though. Line 5 does have some of the deepest platforms.
Line 6 can take you to Hongdae or Itaewon. You should see them if you're into stuff like clubbing and drinking and parties and freedom.
True. Line 6 still connects Itaewon to Hongdae, and it's funny that this is a reference to Itaewon Freedom, which was a pretty popular song back in 2011 and has kind of completely disappeared. If you also notice in that scene, I'm lip syncing the words wrong. I think I mix up two of the words.
Line 7 swings downtown to help out with the rush.
Wow, I mean that lyric says almost nothing. I'm sorry, Line 7. If you also notice, I changed the color of my shirt here kind of poorly because I did not own like a navy green shirt.
While Line 8's on the outskirts and Jamshil's the crowd.
True, Line 8's still on the eastern side of Seoul, and although it's extended much further than it used to be, Jamshil still kind of feels like the crux. I think it's where most people who ride Line 8 will transfer. This scene looks a bit like I'm green screened in, but I was actually there during this time. This was a live filming, but somehow I made it look fake.
Line 9's the first line to offer local service and express.
True, as of now, it's not the only line that has local and express service, but I think it was the first. And at the time that I filmed this would be Shinnonhyun when it did not go east. It only went west to Gimpo. And if you'll notice, I'm just wearing a white shirt and not trying to match the color of the line. Good job.
Express and Jungang Line has that name because it's central, I guess.
True, I guess that is why they named it that. But I think now it's the Gyeonggi-Chungan line. This line did not make it into Seoul Subway Song 2, I'm sorry.
And there's the old and new Bunang lines, yeah, it's going strong.
True. Sorry about that lyric. I ran out of things to say and I ran out of ways to describe subway lines. The camera's doing weird things because I couldn't be bothered to film a proper scene.
Now come on, transfer with me as we groove right along to this song.
Inapplicable. This is an imperative statement, so it's neither true nor false. If that's a reference to the Seoul Subway Song, then technically it could be called a song. If it's a reference to the jingle, that is not a song, that's a jingle. Now I'm wondering if they make a new transfer jingle, if they'll actually have lyrics. It was quite a blast from the past to re-experience this and to see how much effort I put into some of the lyrics or how little. A lot of it holds up and a lot of it's become sort of more true in terms of the infrastructure and the technology and the service that's offered. I wonder what Seoul Subway 2 era Michael will say about Seoul Subway 3 era Seoul Subways.